Hansi Flick has transformed Barcelona into a footballing powerhouse in 2025, and the story behind this revolution is absolutely incredible. After replacing club legend Xavi Hernandez last season, Flick has brought a new brand of football to the Camp Nou, blending Barcelona's traditional possession-based style with a ruthless, high-pressing game that's leaving Europe in awe. But who is Hansi Flick, the man behind this resurgence? From his humble beginnings in a small German town to leading Barcelona to La Liga glory, his journey is as inspiring as it is untold. Today, we're diving deep into Flick's career, his tactical genius, and how he's turned Barcelona into a team that's dominating La Liga and beyond. But before then, let's take a step back. Who is Hansi Flick? Born Hans-Dieter Flick on February 24, 1965, in Heidelberg, Germany, a small city about 300 kilometers from Munich. Flick grew up far from the spotlight. He started his playing career in the lower tiers of German football, turning out for his local club SV Sandhausen between 1982 and 1985. His talent caught the eye of Bayern Munich, a club known for snapping up the best young German players, and in 1985, they signed the 20-year-old midfielder. During his 5 years at Bayern, Flick made 104 appearances, scoring 5 goals, and won 4 Bundesliga titles, the DFB Pokal, and reached the 1987 European Cup final, where they lost to Porto. But injuries derailed his career. In 1990, he moved to FC Köln, only to play his last professional game in September 1992, retiring a year later at the age of 28. Here's a crazy fact. At 18, Flick was so set on becoming a bank clerk that he turned down an offer to play for VfB Stuttgart, who went on to win the Bundesliga the next season. Football's loss was almost banking's gain, but thankfully, Flick chose the pitch over the office. After retiring, Flick wasted no time. He enrolled for his coaching badges and earned his professional license in 2003, finishing joint top of his class alongside Thomas Doll, a former Borussia Dortmund and Hamburg manager. He got his first taste of coaching with his local amateur side, FC Victoria Bammental, where he served as player coach starting in 1996, honing his skills in the lower tiers. His big break came in 2000 when he was appointed head coach of Hoffenheim, then a 4th division German club with big ambitions. Hoffenheim's owner, Dietmar Hopp, believed the club could be more than a small-time team playing on poorly maintained pitches, and Flick was the man to make it happen. Flick revolutionized Hoffenheim with tactical analysis, disciplined training, and intense fitness drills, taking his players through the eye of the needle to ensure they were sharp for games. The results were incredible. He led Hoffenheim to promotion from the 4th division to the 3rd, paving the way for Ralf Rangnick to take them to the 2nd division by 2007. Flick's time at Hoffenheim showed he was a coach who could transform a club from the ground up, a skill he'd later bring to Barcelona. Flick's success at Hoffenheim opened doors. After a brief stint as assistant manager at RB Salzburg under Giovanni Trapattoni in 2006, he got a life-changing call from German national team head coach Jürgen Loh. Loh invited Flick to join him as assistant manager, and for the next 8 years, Flick helped steer Germany through a transitional period. The highlight? The 2014 World Cup, where Germany demolished Brazil 7-1 in the semi-final. A result that stunned the world, and went on to beat Lionel Messi's Argentina in the final to win the trophy. Flick's contributions earned him the Freedom of Bammental in November 2015, making him the youngest ever recipient of the prestigious award. After leaving the national team, Flick briefly served as sporting director for the German Football Federation before returning to Bayern Munich in 2019 as assistant to Niko Kovac. When Kovac was sacked after just 3 months, Flick stepped up as interim head coach, and what happened next was nothing short of historic. In the 2019-20 season, Flick led Bayern to a treble, winning the Bundesliga, DFB Pokal, and UEFA Champions League, making Bayern one of only 2 clubs, alongside Barcelona, to win the treble twice. His Bayern side was ruthless, using a high-pressing game with quick transitions and positional flexibility to destroy teams. Just ask Barcelona. They suffered an 8-2 humiliation in the 2020 Champions League quarter-finals, with Bayern players laughing off an own goal before scoring for more in the second half. Flick turned Robert Lewandowski into a scoring machine, with 103 goals in 87 club games over 2 seasons, and Thomas Müller into one of Europe's most creative players, averaging over 20 assists per season. After leaving Bayern in 2021 with back-to-back Bundesliga titles and the Champions League trophy, Flick returned to the German national team, this time as head coach. But his tenure from August 2021 to September 2023 wasn't as successful. Germany was transitioning from their old guard to a new generation, and results were inconsistent, leading to Flick becoming the first German manager ever sacked by the national team. Despite this setback, Flick's reputation as a top coach remained intact, and in 2024, Barcelona came calling. The club needed a manager who could blend their possession-based values with a modern, aggressive style, and Flick was the perfect fit. Barcelona under Hansi Flick isn't just winning, they are embarrassing the best teams in Europe. This season alone, they've crushed Real Madrid with an aggregate score of 16-7 across 4 games. Yes, you heard that right. The standout? A 4-0 thrashing at the Bernabeu in La Liga, where Robert Lewandowski missed 2 sitters. Otherwise, it could have been 6-0. Then, in the Spanish Super Cup final in Saudi Arabia, Barcelona were up 5-0 at halftime against Madrid. A red card early in the second half slowed them down, but the message was clear. Flick's Barcelona doesn't mess around. And you're wrong if you think it's only Madrid. They faced Flick's former team, Bayern Munich, in the Champions League, and what happened? A 4-1 demolition, with Raphinha scoring a hat-trick and Barcelona ending a decade-long drought against the German giants. Since 2015, Bayern had dominated Barcelona, including that infamous 8-2 win in 2020. But Flick flipped the script in 2025. These results aren't flukes, they're a statement. Barcelona is back, and they're terrifying. Now, let's talk about the numbers. Barcelona's goal-scoring under Hansi Flick is straight-up ridiculous. As of May 2025, the team has scored 152 goals in 52 matches across all competitions this season. That's an average of nearly 3 goals per game. They've smashed 5 past Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, which they did it twice, Real Betis, and Sevilla. These are teams that are no pushovers in European football. In fact, they reached 100 goals in just 32 matches under Flick. 1 game shy of the record for the quickest to 100 in a season. Compare that to Luis Enrique's 2014-15 Barcelona team, which set a record for the most games with 5+ goals in a season. Flick's team is on pace to shatter that. What's even scarier? The goals are coming from everywhere. Lewandowski, Raphinha, and Lamine Yamal are leading the charge. But 19 different players have scored this season. Ferran Torres and Fermin Lopez have been lethal off the bench, showing that Flick's system doesn't rely on just 1 or 2 stars. It's a team effort. So, how has Hansi Flick turned Barcelona into this goal-scoring machine? It's all about his tactics, which makes them a nightmare to play against. Flick's philosophy is simple: press high, attack in waves, and overwhelm the opposition. He sets Barcelona up in a 1-4-3-3 formation, with a high defensive line led by centre-backs like Pau Cubarsí and Inigo Martinez, who've mastered the offside trap. They start defending in the opposition's half, winning the ball back quickly and launching attacks from there. The fullbacks play a key role. Alejandro Balde pushes high to exploit the space Raphinha leaves when he cuts inside, while Jules Kounde holds a deeper position but still joins the attack. But the real magic happens in midfield. Flick uses a trio. Usually Pedri, Frenkie de Jong, and Dani Olmo as the advanced attacking midfielder to create overloads in the center of the pitch. This allows Barcelona to dominate possession and pick out options out wide, even when the opposition tries to crowd the midfield. If the middle gets too congested, Raphinha or Lewandowski drops deep to create more options, ensuring Barcelona is never outnumbered. It's a system built on control, intensity, and relentless attacking. And it's working like a dream. All of this is a massive redemption arc for Hansi Flick. And it's a story no one's talking about enough. Just a few years ago, Flick made history for the wrong reasons after he became the first German manager ever to be sacked by the national team. There were doubts about whether he could implement his high-pressing attacking style at Barcelona, especially after a slow start with 3 narrow 2-1 wins to open the season. But since that Bayern Munich game, there's been no looking back. Barcelona remains unbeaten in La Liga 2025. They're won La Liga, Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup. Flick has silenced the doubters and has won the domestic treble with Barcelona. Flick isn't just redeeming himself. He is transforming the players at Barcelona. Take Raphinha for example. Last season, there were rumours he'd be replaced by Nico Williams, with his number 11 jersey up for grabs. Fast forward to 2025, and Raphinha's a Ballon d'Or contender with 35 goals and 25 assists in 55 games, more than double his tally from last season. Flick's system gets Raphinha into isolated 1v1 situations with fullbacks. And playing him as a left-sided winger means he's less predictable, with a direct route to goal. Then there's Robert Lewandowski. At 36, some thought he was past his prime, but under Flick, he's La Liga's second top scorer with 25 goals, averaging 1.01 goals per game. Pedri is another success story. Flick calls him the best midfielder in the world right now, and it's hard to argue. Using advanced scientific data to tailor fitness plans, Flick has kept Pedri 100% fit, and he's having the best season of his career. And let's not forget 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, who's thriving under Hansi Flick with 104 completed dribbles, more than anyone at Barcelona. Yamal has even broken a Messi record, completing 21 dribbles in a single La Liga match against Alaves in February 2025. Players like Jules Kounde, Alejandro Balde, Pau Cubarsí, and Frenkie de Jong, all already good, have become world-class under Flick. So, what does this all mean for Barcelona in 2025? They're not just dominating, they're on track to becoming one of the best teams in the world for many more years to come. The only negative thing about their season is getting eliminated in the UCL semi-final. Things might get more scarier for teams in Europe next season if they continue this way. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich have both been thumped by Barcelona this season, and while PSG looks strong, no team has sustained Barcelona's level of performance this season except Inter Milan with their low block. Both their 2009 and 2015 treble-winning teams had first-year coaches implementing revolutionary styles, just like Flick is doing now. So, there you have it. The scary truth about Hansi Flick's Barcelona that no one's talking about. They're not just winning, they're rewriting records, transforming players, and setting themselves up for a historic era in football. If you've come this far, please hit that like button, subscribe, and if possible share this video as this will help my channel massively. Do you think Barcelona will win the Champions League next season? Let me know in the comments below.